Okay guys, so in this video, let's see that how do we change roles for our users. Like we see in the completed application, we see that here we have a form with a drop down here which says 3 roles. That is the rules for our role-based access control, and we can select any role and then we can click on update to update the role for that user. So that's what we are going to do in this video. So this is our application, that is this page here that we see here for the manage users page, and here inside this roles field here we only see the role of the user, that is whether the role is client, whether the role is admin, or whether the role is moderator, and so on. So let's display a form instead of simply displaying a text here. So let's go back to our file here, that is the manage users.ejs file, and here inside this block or inside this td tag here, that is where we are simply displaying the role, we want to display a form here. So let's display a form. So let me remove this thing from here and let me display a form here. So form, and it would be a post form, and the action would be /admin /update role, like this. And now let's create this route, that is /admin /update role inside our admin route.js file, and here it would be a post route. So let's create that. So router.post, and the path would be /update role, not double / but only a single /, and then here we would be having a callback here, and that would be an async function, and that takes in request, response, and next, like this. And for now, let's simply redirect him back to the manage users page itself. So rest.redirect, and we should take him back to the admin /update users page, simply like this. And we'll be coming back to this file or this route here, that is this post route, to update the role actually. But for now, let's keep it like this only. So now let me save this admin route.js file. So now let's again go back to our manage users.ejs file. And here inside this file or inside this form, what we want to have 2 input types. One with an input type of hidden, and another is the select input. And here we should provide in a class name for this form, and it is only for styling purposes. Manage user form, like this. It doesn't have to do anything with managing users, but it is only for styling. So if you are using your own styles, so do implement the class names whatever you like to have. And now here inside this form, firstly we would be having an input type that is hidden. So input type would be hidden, like this, and the name of this input field would be ID, and the value would be the user ID itself, that is the current user's ID. So for the value, we can simply copy this thing from here, that is the EJS out here, and we can paste it here. The value of this input field is now this user ID, and the name is ID. And now we want to have another field here inside this form, and that is the select field. So let's write select here, and the name for this select input would be role, and the ID would be role again, like this. And here inside the select options, we want to have a couple of options. So let's display those options here. So option, the value would be admin, like this. And why it is in uppercase? It is because inside our constants file, if we can see that inside our constants file where we have declared our roles, we see that the admin role has an uppercase admin here, and the moderator has an uppercase moderator, and the client has an uppercase client. So that is why we are putting those options inside the options value in uppercase letters. So let me copy this, and we have this thing here. And now what we want to display, we can simply display admin here. And now let's simply copy this thing here 3 times. The second one should be moderator. So let me copy it. Let me paste it here. And let me copy the client here, and let me paste the client here. And this should be moderator, and this should be client. So now let's save this file. And now if we go back to our application and if we reload this page, so let's click on manage users. So we are logged out. So let me log in again. So admin@gmail.com, password 12. So we see that in each of the select inputs, we are simply getting this admin here. So how do we select this option here depending on the user's role? So that is pretty simple to do. Let's go back here, and here inside this option field, when do we want this to be selected? We want it to be selected depending on the role That is, if the role is admin, then we want this option to be selected. So how do we do that? We can write an EJS out here. So EJS out like this, and here we can check user.role equal to admin. If the role is admin, then we want this field to be selected. Otherwise, we can simply display an empty string here. And let me minimize this sidebar here. And now what we can do, we can simply copy this thing from here. And let me paste here inside the moderator also and inside the client also. And now here, we simply need to change the role here to moderator and here to client. And now only one of these options would be selected because the user.role contains only a single value, that is either admin, either moderator, or either client. So whatever be the case be, that option would only be selected and the rest options would not be selected. So now let's save this. So now let's go back, and now if we refresh this page, so we see that only admin@gmail.com is the admin here, and all the others, that is johndoe@gmail.com and yourstruly@gmail.com, are clients here inside our application. And we can select this drop down here. And now finally, inside this form, what we want to have the final button or final input type, that is the submit input. So let's create that. So input type would be submit and the value would be update. Like this. So let's save this and let's go back, and now we'll be having this button here that says update. So this is all what is required inside our this file here, that is manage-users.ejs. So now let's go to our admin route.js. So because currently if we refresh the page here and if we update here, we are simply redirected back to this update users, and it's a typo here. It should be only users, not update users. So let's go back and let's fix it. So it should be update users only here. And let's go back and let's click on manage users, and if we click on any of the buttons here, we are redirected back to the same page here. So now let's see that how do we update the roles inside this admin route.js file. So firstly, what we want to have, we can get the ID and the role from the request.body. So we can say const, and we can use destructuring here, that is ID and role equal to request.body like this. And here what else we can do, we can use the express validator package itself here as a middleware, but since it's a very simple route, so I'm not doing that. I'm simply making my own checks here or making my own validations here. So firstly, we need to check that if the ID doesn't exist inside the request.body or the role doesn't exist, then it's an invalid request. So let's say if not ID or not request role, we say that request.flash, and it is an error message, error like this, and we say invalid request, simply like this, and then we simply want to return. And here we can simply redirect him back to this page here, that is response.redirect, and here we can say back, simply like this. That is the back to the page from where this request was coming from. So now let me make a comment here as well. So that is checking for ID and role in request body like this. And now here let me make some comments here, and then I am going to write the code here. And now we need to check whether this ID is a valid Mongoose object ID. So let me make a comment here, check for valid Mongoose object ID. Then what we need to check, we need to check for this role here. So check for valid role, because this role should be any of these three and nothing else. So therefore we need to make this check also. And then we need to make another check, that is the admin cannot remove himself as an admin. So admin cannot remove himself or herself as an admin. And finally we need to update the user. So finally update the user like this. So let's work on this thing here, that is checking for the valid Mongoose object ID. So for this we need to require Mongoose inside this file. So we have Mongoose here, so we can check it like this, that is if mongoose dot types dot object ID is valid, and here we need to pass in the ID itself, and here it checks whether this object ID is valid, and if the ID is valid, then this statement would be true, otherwise it would be false. So let's put a not here. That is, if this is not a valid Mongoose object ID. So what we need to say, we can again use these statements here. That is, we can put it here, and here we can say invalid ID, simply like this, and then again we can redirect him back to this page from where the request was coming. And now here, let me check for the role. So for the roles, what we need to have, we need to get the array from this roles object here. That is, we want to convert this roles object or the values inside this roles object as an array. So let's get that array from that roles object. So const roles array equal to object dot values, and here we need to pass in the roles array. So it should be roles like this, and now this roles has been automatically imported here from this constants files, and if it is not, you can import the roles object from this constants files. And now here we'll check if roles array dot includes the role which is coming as the request body, and it is a case if the roles array would contain, and here we are making a not check. That is, if the roles array does not contain the role that is coming inside the request body, then what we need to do, we can again copy and paste this thing from here, and here we can again make a flash message, that is the error message, and here we'll simply say invalid role like this, and here again we are redirecting him back to the page from where the request was coming from. So let's save this, and now here let's make a check for the admin, that is if the admin can remove himself from the admin. So here what we can say, here we can make a check directly, that is if request.user, because the request.user contains the actual user who is the currently signed in user, and if his ID is equal to the ID coming as a parameter here or coming inside this request body, if both are same, then again we can make a flash message and again we can redirect him back. So let me copy this thing from here and let me paste it here, and here we can simply say that admins cannot remove themselves from admin, ask another person, ask another admin. And why I am doing this, I have explained it to you already. So now all the validations are complete up till now. So finally what we need to do, we need to finally update the user. So what we can say, we can simply say const user equal to await user dot find by ID and update. So find by ID and update, and here we need to provide in the ID and then the role which we want to update, and here we can provide in the role like this. And basically this find by ID and update takes in three parameters, that is the ID itself, the updates, and thirdly the options. So here are the updates, and we are providing only this update here, that is we are only changing the role here, and then the options, and here we'll pass in new to be true, so that the new user object that is saved should be returned to us inside this user here with the updated role, and then run validators to be true like this. And why this run validators to be true? And it is because if we go to our application here and if we go to our user model.js, so we see that our role has an enum property that says that this role property or this role field can contain only these three types of strings, that is the admin, the moderator, or the client. And this check runs only the first time the document is saved inside a collection and never again. So therefore if we provide this value, that is run validators to be true, so it will make a check every time a document is saved inside the collection from this enum array, that is this array. Though we are not going to require this because we have already make a check here inside this roles array includes roles, otherwise it would be an invalid role. But again you should know this, that we can also use this thing here, that is run validators. So now let's save this file, and now here what more we can do, since this is role and role are same, that is key value pair are same, so we can simply remove the second thing from here and it will also work. And now finally what we can say, we can make a flash message again, so request.flash, and here we can provide an info message, and here with a template string we can write updated role for user.email to $user.role like this. And now finally we can rewrite him back to the admin users page, or let me simply write it back here simply like this. And now let's save this file. And now if we go to our application, now we'll be able to update the rules for our users. So let's refresh the page here. And now if we go to our MongoDB, we see that we have these 3 documents here inside our collection with only 2 users with the role of client and only 1 with the role of admin. So let's change the role of this user, that is yours truly 2607@gmail.com, from client to moderator. So let's do that. So let's go back. So let me select here moderator and let me click on update. And we see that we get a message here that is updated role for yours truly 2607@gmail.com to moderator. So now let's go back and let's refresh this collection here. And now we see that the role of this yours truly 2607@gmail.com has been changed to moderator. And now if we try to change the role of this admin, so let's try to change the role of this admin to something or anything. And if we click on update, we see that we get a message here that is admin cannot remove themselves from admin, ask another admin. So why not? Let's change the role of this John Doe from client to admin, and let's try to change the role of admin from John Doe's account. So let's click on update here. So we see that John Doe has been changed to admin. So now let's log out, and now let's click on login again. And here we'll say johndoe@gmail.com, password 12. And now if we click on manage users, we see that we have 2 admins. So if John Doe wants to change his role, he cannot do so because he is an admin himself. But now he can change the role of admin@gmail.com. So let's do it, or let's try it. So let's change the admin's role to client. So let's click on update. So we see that we are getting the updated role for admin@gmail.com to client. And if we check our database, so let's click on refresh here. So we see that John Doe is admin now, our admin@gmail.com is client now, and yours truly remains the moderator. So now let's do one more thing in this video, and that's a bug fixer. That is to display this tab, that is manage users. It should only be displayed only when the user is an admin. So let's do that. And it is pretty simple to do. So let's open this file here. That is navbar.js EJS file. And here we are displaying the routes according to the user, if he is signed in or if he is signed out. So firstly, let me take it one step above. And here we'll make another check, that is another if check, that is if user.role equal to, and we should write an EJS if here, not directly like that. So here we can say user.role equal to admin, then only we want to display this route, that is manage users route. So now let's save this and let's go back, and now let's refresh the page here. Now we see that since we are logged in as John Doe and he's an admin, we can see this manage users. And if we click on log out here, and if we try to log in with the admin@gmail.com, and if you remember that admin@gmail.com is not a admin right now, he's a client, as we can see inside the database. So he's a client, this thing is a client. So if we click on login, we are not going to see that manage users page. And even if he tries to go to admin/users, he won't be able to do so because he's not authorized. So let's log out and let's log in again with johndoe@gmail.com, password 12. Login, manage users. Let's make him admin again. Let's update. And now let's log out. And now we have 2 administrators in our account. So let's go log in with this admin@gmail.com, password 12. And now we can see the manage users tab here because he is an admin. So guys, this is how you manage users and you manage the roles of your users. And I think that's pretty much it about this series. And in the next video, most likely we'll be doing a cleanup inside our application. So that's what we are going to do in the next video. So thank you. Bye bye. Tata. Take care and have a good day and have a great day.